am the Associate Director of Clinical Services with the Delaware Valley Chapter of the Alzheimer's Association. So as people age, sometimes their memory changes. Oftentimes our ability to recall things change. People particularly complain about not being able to remember names. People have a little bit more difficulty with multitasking, which usually what we're telling people is it becomes an issue when changes in your memory or any of your thinking skills affect your daily life. So generally what people are noticing when they're noticing changes in themselves or in family members, they're noticing inability to do things that the person ordinarily could do. Oftentimes it's a family member who's saying, we're noticing changes. And that can be interesting in and of itself, but people really should go to their physician. That is probably the first line. Dementia is a very broad term, so when people have some memory changes or they may have difficulty in planning their day or doing the things that they ordinarily do, and people just noticing changes, and they go to the doctor, they're looking at a very broad kind of set of symptoms. And the doctor really, what should say is this looks like a set of symptoms that might come under the purview of dementia. So dementia is really a set of symptoms. The next question should be, what is causing it? So Alzheimer's disease is the #1 cause of the signs and symptoms of dementia, especially in people over 65. We figure that about 70% of people who present with dementia over that age of 65 have Alzheimer's disease. One of the things that is in the United States, at least, and with the Alzheimer's Association, is the National Plan for Alzheimer's, which exists and which their expectation is that by 2025 we have an effective treatment. So when you're looking at research, certainly we want to, through the Alzheimer's Association, our vision is that Alzheimer's no longer exists. But when you're realistically looking at it, that's a lofty goal. So there is research, though, to look at what is going on in the brains of people who have Alzheimer's disease and really other types of dementia, and what can we do, what can be done to prevent those changes from occurring. So one of the things that I think people need to really pay attention to is staying healthy. I mean, all around health. We need to look at what we're doing to stay healthy in all aspects of our life. So that means having a reasonable diet that's reasonably healthy, making sure that you get those greens and fruits and vegetables and a balanced diet, eating whole grains instead of some white flour, etc. Staying physically active, no matter what it is that you can do within your limitations, whether it's chair exercises or getting out and walking and having social interaction. The best thing for people is to get out, be with other people, and that's why, I don't want to, it's not a promo, but I want to encourage people to consider programs like Adult Day. We often talk about that when people are calling, because it's a perfect place for people to interact with others, who are in maybe similar situations, or even with the staff who work there. So I think, that's one of the benefits of having programs like that, is that people can actually get together. For people who are in the very beginning stages, there are programs where people can interact with each other. We encourage people who are in the early stages to call each other and talk with each other on the phone, and if they can get together in meeting settings, and stay active, whether it's in senior centers, etc. Like, those are, I think, the 3 major components. Stay connected with other people, keep your social activities up as much as you can tolerate, and then stay physically active as well as eating well.